Good morning and welcome to Ask the Expert. Ask the Expert is an award-winning daily series from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. to help small businesses just like you. If you have any question, ask them in the comments of the live feed. And if you need any more advice, join the official QuickBooks Intuit SMB community group on Facebook. Accountants and business experts just like myself are on hand 24/7. During the live session, we'll be running a poll, so please do engage with it and I'll reveal the results at the end. Okay, so who am I, should I say? My name is Aaron Patrick, and it's a pleasure to be with you again. I'm a chartered accountant and a certified UK trainer with a fancy new logo, so don't be afraid to ask any QuickBooks-related questions today. I also own state-of-the-art online accounting firm called Boffix, which uses the best in cloud technology available to help small businesses get the crucial real-time information they need at their fingertips. If you require accounting advice, payroll, bookkeeping services, and now even QuickBooks Online training, then please do get in touch. We don't want small businesses just to survive, but thrive. I also have a dedicated QuickBooks YouTube channel called Aaron Patrick's QuickBooks Chat. So if you need any more QuickBooks news and advice, then why not go over there and give the channel a follow? Okay, enough about me and let's focus on today's session. As always, this session is all about you and your burning questions. If you have any questions, then please use any of the social channels to get in touch. So while we wait for the first of the questions to arrive, this is a topic that I absolutely love and very much appreciated of, and it's a topic I want to go through with you today, which is all around QuickBooks and the app ecosystem. Now, the app ecosystem within QuickBooks, the best analogy I can give you is the analogy of your mobile phone. If you think about it, we all have mobile phones and we can all put our mobile phones into the middle of a room, and each one of you will probably have a different experience. Yes, you might have an iPhone or an Android, but each one of you will have different apps that you use on a regular basis. Maybe you're really into your social media, so you've got all your social media apps. Maybe your banking app's your most important app, but whichever app it's going to be, you basically use that mobile phone, but you're using the apps associated with that phone to get the most out of it. And in a lot of ways, that's exactly what QuickBooks has done. QuickBooks, in this analogy, is your mobile phone, and everyone has the same version of QuickBooks, but it's those different apps that you can have on your mobile phone or the different apps that you can have on QuickBooks that can really enhance your experience of what QuickBooks Online can give you. And with all those different apps out there, you can enhance the capability of what QuickBooks Online can do and give you and your business more opportunities, more ways in which you can make the most out of it. So here at Boffix and over at the channel as well, we talk a lot about what the apps can do. And we do have a lot of favorite apps that we use for our particular clients and apps that we use for our businesses as well. What I want to go through with you today is the fact that we've got those apps and which apps are going to work for you. Now, when it comes to the App Store, the apps available are for the biggest of big clients all the way down to the smallest of clients. So it doesn't matter what type of client you are listening now, I can guarantee there'll be an app out there that could probably make your life easier and be a worthwhile investment in terms of understanding how the app works and making sure that it gets the right enhancements to QuickBooks Online. You see, for us, for our biggest of biggest clients, apps are an absolute lifesaver because we can automate certain procedures. We can get data into QuickBooks. For example, if they've got a huge online presence, we can make sure that every time an item is sold on that online presence, be it eBay, Amazon, whatever marketplace they're using, or their own, and we can get that automatically synced directly into QuickBooks Online. But even the smallest of clients, I'm talking about the smallest of clients that may just have one little cafe in the middle of a village, even they can benefit from apps. You see, we have a particular load of clients like that. And what we've done with them is we've given them the opportunity to use an iPad as a till. They then take payments via Zettle, and that app then connects directly to QuickBooks. And the great thing about that is that we know that every time that they sell a sausage cob, and yes, it's a cob, not a roll, then every time they sell a sausage cob, they will then have that information going directly into QuickBooks Online, giving us, the business advisors and accountants, the ability to see that valuable data and making sure that our clients can get the most of it as well. So let's think about exactly how the apps, or let's give you some examples of apps that we found really, really useful. Now, a bit of a disclosure here, I'm just going to be telling you some apps that I find really, really useful. But in each one of these categories, there are other apps out there that may well be better suited to what your particular needs are. Now, the best place to find those apps and to find which ones are which, first of all, head over to my YouTube channel. We're always looking at different apps over on there. Also, my podcast, QuickBooks Labs, where we talk about apps in a lot of detail. But the big one, I think, is going to be the App Store itself. So www.apps.com is the place to go. From there, you'll see all the apps that connect to QuickBooks Online. And you can go into each of these individual areas and be able to get some great opportunities out there and find some apps that are going to work for you. Now, when it comes to different categories, the first category I want to go through is quotations. Now, within QuickBooks Online, you can send quotes already, and we got a little sneak preview over at QuickBooks Connect about how the quoting system is going to be enhanced in the future. But without that enhancement coming through now, and if it's a solution or a quotation system you need now, there's a little bit more than what QuickBooks can do at this moment, then that's where we have a whole app range out there that can be useful. So an app that I would recommend is an app called Quotational, difficult to say. But the idea about this is it gives you the opportunity to create quotes that when you send that quote out to the client can then actually play around with it and change aspects of it and make adjustments on the fly. And that's a really powerful solution, because what that gives you the opportunity to do is enhance clients to look at their quotes. If they're not quite happy with a particular aspect of it, they can change and they can make that quote exactly how they want to. And that's a powerful solution, because what that means is clients can then have the opportunity to feel more confident and comfortable with whatever quote that they've put through. If you're a client that does a lot of payments and takes a lot of payments or makes a lot of payments in multiple currencies, then do have a look at TransferMate. That's the opportunity where you can send money abroad with confidence. And the beauty of it is it all interacts with QuickBooks Online. So you get the opportunity to, when you've made that payment, it's going to update QuickBooks Online for you. And also there's an opportunity to have a real deep integration there where you can make and start that payment process directly from QuickBooks Online. If you're looking to make sure your fixed assets are in order, then there's only one app that I would recommend, and that is NetTracker. So NetTracker is an app designed to do exactly what it says on the tin. It tracks your fixed assets. Now, the idea of this is that once you've put your fixed assets into NetTracker, it will automatically calculate your depreciation, automatically post that depreciation, and it will make sure that everything is all posted correctly on QuickBooks Online. The beauty of using this is it saves so much time, because instead of you having to go through your fixed assets each month or each week or each quarter and having to post that depreciation automatically, NetTracker will do that element for you, saving you that time going forward. And I know as well that there are some real great enhancements that have not only come in the last year or so, but are still in the pipeline as well. It's one of those apps that's constantly developing over time. So highly recommend that. If you've got any fixed assets whatsoever in your business, have a look at NetTracker. The next one I want to look at is projects. Now, there is a huge selection or a huge opportunity within QuickBooks Online to use projects already natively, but within the app called ServiceMate, you can enhance that experience even further. You can actually make it so that you can have the ability to be able to book projects within directly in ProjectMate itself, be able to see where your staff are, be able to send jobs, and be able to basically manage your whole project solution, not just the financial side, but actually running that project and actually keeping that project running. Can make it really, really easy. So have a look at ServiceMate if you're into projects. One of the other ones I want to go through is online reselling or online selling. So if you have any e-commerce opportunities, or if you have your own warehouse, or if you have multiple stores, then do have a look at either Primer Seller or QB Commerce, or which used to be TradeGecko. Both of these solutions are designed to make it so that you have one place that you need to update when it comes to your stock, so that stock then gets put into eBay, into Amazon, to all your multi-channel elements, and it keeps everything all up to date for you. If you were to sell an item in a physical store, then that will automatically update eBay, Amazon, and all your other platforms to say that stock has now been sold and it's currently out of stock. So that's a really powerful solution for you when you need to actually think about expansion and getting the most out of your businesses. That's for the really big online resellers. But if you're in a smaller establishment and you don't need to have multiple channels, then have a think about OneSaaS as well. That's another e-commerce solution for you, OneSaaS, where you're going to be able to connect your eBay, Amazon, and all your other multi-channel, marketplaces, and you'll have the opportunity to post them as well. Highly recommend both QB Commerce, OneSaaS, and also Prime Seller if you want an alternative, as a great solution for any online businesses. There's a couple of other ones I just want to quickly go through that's going to make your life easier. If you love reports and you want to try and get the most out of reporting, then think of an app called GCOM. That idea there is it brings the information directly into a Google spreadsheet for you, so Google Sheets, giving you real big power to be able to make some real big changes. So we use that a lot for the opportunity to bring in some group consolidation accounts automatically. If you've got all of your G Sheets and you've got all of your profit and loss accounts over multiple G Sheets for multiple companies, then you can actually combine them really easily and get management accounts out of them. It's going to be beneficial to you. You can also automate things as well. We've got it set up so that every time someone puts in a new invoice into our system, it will automatically create for us a nice little task so that we can actually work with that. And that's all by just using G Sheets and making sure that they're going through. Speaking of automation as well, Zapier is one to think about. So Zapier gives you endless capabilities. If you've ever used Zapier before, you know how important or how useful Zapier can be. Well, this is where you're going to have the opportunity to really make the most out of that. Zapier itself is all about making sure that when you put one app or multiple apps together, they can actually talk to one another. So when you do something in one app, it will then go over to the other app. For example, in QuickBooks Online, you could set it that when you get a new customer, you can automatically set it so that your CRM solution can send them a welcome email or something like that. It just gives you those endless capabilities, and it makes automation the key so that you can start thinking about scalability of your business and making the most of it. Zapier for us has been an absolute lifesaver, and I highly, highly recommend it. One of the other ones that I would also talk about is just thinking about your receipt capture as well. So within QuickBooks Online, there is a wonderful receipt capture solution, and we use it for most of our clients out there. But every now and again, you want to think about maybe certain different features or certain different solutions where some of the other receipt capture solutions can give you. So think about auto entry, or what was Receipt Bank is now called Dex. And both of those have opportunities and places for different businesses where they can really make some massive, massive savings. For example, we always use the feature in auto entry, gives you the opportunity where you can send bank statements, so physical bank statements in there, and they'll convert it into digital elements to you. So hopefully you can see that just by quickly going through some of these apps, there are solutions in there that can really enhance your business and enhance the way you use QuickBooks Online. Again, shameless plug, but get yourself over to my YouTube channel where we talk about these apps in a lot of detail, and also the podcast where we talk about it even more. So QuickBooks apps really is a place where you can get the most out of your QuickBooks solution and making the opportunity for your business not just to survive, but to thrive. So finally, I also know there's a lot more to come when it comes to getting that data in there and getting all other apps coming forward. I know the app ecosystem is just going to get stronger, just going to get bigger, and there's going to be more opportunities. So do keep an eye on the App Store. Remember, it's www.app.com. Best place about it, or best thing about that, is most of these apps I've talked about have a free trial, so you can trial it without no problems whatsoever. And some of the apps are completely free as well. One of those I would say is an app called DataBox, which gives you really stunning dashboards that you can create in no time whatsoever, and you can have them set up on your PC screen or on a computer screen or a TV screen around the office, and it really gives opportunities there. Here at Bofix, we really do use that DataBox option as a great way of showing our team how they're doing, what's going on, making sure that those big picture options are all up on screen So it's really exciting time to be involved in the app ecosystem. And I urge you all to have a little go, have a little try. www.apps.com, go and have a look at there. You'll find some great apps and you'll find them, they've all been reviewed as well. So now we're going to move on to the most important part of the show, which as always is you and your burning questions. And the first question that I've had is from Erika from Facebook Messenger. And she says, I recently heard about digital marketplaces having to report sellers' incomes in 2023. I'm not sure I understand what this means for e-commerce businesses. Well, basically, Erica, this is all around making tax digital. And it's the whole point of making tax digital. So you know that a lot of us here on the Ask the Expert Solution series have been talking about making tax digital, and it's something we're going to be talking about on a regular basis. Now, the idea of this is making sure that when you have income streams or when you have different ways of being able to earn income, then it all should be digital. And from digital marketplaces, it makes sense that their digital elements are all going to be recorded digitally for you so that it can make it easier for you to be able to include that on your tax returns, etc., going forward. And also the point of that is that means that compliance can be something that can be made sure is being looked at. So if you think about it from a digital marketplace point of view, if you are selling on that marketplace at the moment and you're doing everything above board and you are reporting all of your income on your tax returns and you're making sure that you are keeping everything as it should be, and you become VAT registered when you hit that threshold, those sort of things, if you're going through and doing all of them properly, then it's only fair that everyone else on the platform is following those rules as well. So these ideas, these measures are to make sure that people who may not even know that they need to be registered for taxes, or may not even know that they've hit their VAT threshold, whatever it's going to be, these ideas of these digital marketplaces having to report, having to make sure these incomes are being shown digitally, gives them opportunity to have a level playing field. So it's actually a good thing. It means that you as a reseller, you as someone who's using these marketplaces can get confidence that everyone else who's using the marketplace is playing by the rules and making sure that they're doing it correctly. So it means that whatever you're selling your product for, then the person is also going to be selling at the same price point as well, because they're going to be subject to the same taxes and same tax jurisdictions as you are. So it's a good thing. It's definitely something that's going to worthwhile keep an eye on. If you are already using cloud technology and everything else, you'll already be compliant for making tax digital. So all you need to do is make sure that you keep following these videos here on Ask Expert and all the other videos provided by QuickBooks, just to make sure that you're compliant going forward. So good luck with that one, Erica. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you understand why that's coming in, and you can understand that it's a good thing overall. Ed on Instagram DM asks, when invoicing for overseas clients, how do you account for conversion rate changes? Or should I ask my clients to pay in GBP to make it simpler? Well, Ed, simply put, QuickBooks does all of the hard work for you when it comes to multi-currency. Now, you need to make sure you're on QuickBooks Plus, so that's the highest tier of QuickBooks available. But if you are on that QuickBooks Plus, then multi-currency is an option that you can go into your settings, go to the advanced, and turn on multi-currency. Now, once you've got multi-currency turned on, you will then have all of the power you need to be able to correctly account for multi-currency going forward. It's going to make your life so much easier for recording in multi-currency. And the best thing is it's all HMRC compliant. It's automatically going to account for things like your profit and loss on your multi-currency exchanges. It's going to account for them properly for you, going to make sure it all works. We do a lot of work with the multi-currency side of things, and it's always working well for us. It is something we highly recommend. And the question there, or the follow-on question there, should I ask my clients to pay in GBP to make it simpler? Well, the simple answer to that is I wouldn't recommend that. I would always recommend making it so it's easy and less friction for your clients to make payments. Last thing you want to do is say that you only accept GBP, and then you get the opportunity, or the problem there could be the clients find it really difficult to make payments to you, or it costs them more than it would do, which just gives an overall bad experience on the customer side. You want to make your customer's life so much or as easy as you possibly can. And one of the best ways of doing that, or the best ways of making sure that works, is by going through and making it as friction-free as possible for a customer to buy from you. So hopefully that's answered your question, Ed. Go in, turn on multi-currency. Your life will be so much easier. QuickBooks will deal with all the hard bit of multi-currency for you. And then you can continue to make your life easier, or make your client's life easier, should I say, in making payments to you. So good luck with that one, Ed. Robert on Twitter DM asks, you don't know what you need until you need it. Very good point. What are the free types of time-saving apps that exist that can integrate with QuickBooks, and how can they help? Great question there, Robert. Basically, the first one I always look at is Zapier. For whatever reason, Zapier has become a massive part of making sure automation is key. We found loads of solutions for lots of different clients using Zapier itself. And it's a really, really easy to use solution. Get yourself over to zapier.com, type in the word QuickBooks on one side, look at the apps that it connects with, and you'll find lots of different ones. And it won't just be QuickBooks as well. There'll be other apps that you think, whatever CRM solution you're using or you're thinking about using, you'll see a connection from there. So Zapier is definitely number one. Number two for me, NetTracker. I've already said it. It's a great solution out there that gives you the opportunity to be able to do your fixed asset registers. Really, really straightforward, really, really simple and straightforward. And then my next one, I'm going to cheat here and I'm going to say two different ones because they're both native within QuickBooks on Live. And that's going to be Zettle, because of their new integration of being able to make it really easy to have an EPOS solution. So having that electronic point of sale solution makes it really, really easy for small businesses to be able to record their sales in a Making Tax Digital friendly format, and makes it really easy for them to accept card payments as well. So it really is a win-win, and it integrates perfectly with QuickBooks. So it's wonderful. And then the other one's OneSAS, so another recent acquisition by QuickBooks. Just makes life so much easier if you're selling on eBay, Amazon, Etsy, Depop, any of those solutions, or even if you've got your own website like Square or Wix, you can connect OneSAS to them, and basically that information then will go from that platform, get into QuickBooks nice and easy, and make your life straightforward. So they're my 3 top tips there. Hopefully there, Robert, you'll get some inspiration. Hopefully from there, you can start automating your solutions to make it so it's easier for you. Good luck on that one. Shay on Instagram says, are there any apps that can help me automatically transfer sales from my till straight into QuickBooks? It's like I've already read the question there, Shay. So Zettle by PayPal is my solution that I use more than anything else. The idea then, it's not just a card reader, it's also an EPOS solution that you can actually have on an iPad. You can record every expenditure that goes through that till, and then that information is sent directly to QuickBooks. But all of the digital, all of the card platform solutions, should I say, so Square, SumUp, they all have a solution to get that information in there. If you've got a more of a traditional till, for example, then have a look at a solution called Loyverse. Loyverse connects with OneSAS, giving you the opportunity to be able to get that information in. So there are so many solutions out there. Highly recommend, the first thing you need to do is just get your till system to be in more maybe digital friendly. Once you've got a more digital friendly till system, then you're going to be absolutely fine in getting those connected. That's one of the things that we have been pushing for a lot over at Bofix, and we've done quite a few videos actually on looking at all these different solutions and how they work for you. So do have a look at that video. It's called EPOS for small businesses, and on that video we go through each and every one for you and have a look at them, and even give you a bit of a rating, a bit of a recommendation on what sort of business is for each one. Ruby on Twitter DM asks, my business has inventory in multiple locations and I need to be able to invoice them from their respective stock locations. How do I do this within QuickBooks? Well, Ruby, this is a great question, and there's 2 solutions I've got for you. The first one is using QuickBooks natively, using their stock management solution and being really savvy with the locations and with your SQUs, and making sure that you've got that absolutely nailed on. Now, it's not a perfect solution. It is going to be a lot of kind of manual entries and keeping on top of it. And you do have to really manipulate that stock feature within QuickBooks Online. But because it's natively in QuickBooks, it means there's no extra costs available, meaning you'll be able to make the most of it and get the solution that you need. Now, if that's not going to work for you and you need a fully automated system, which from what you're saying here sounds like it's going to be the case, then QuickBooks recently acquired a solution called TradeGecko. And they've renamed it QuickBooks Commerce. This solution is absolutely brilliant and is definitely going to be what you're looking for in terms of what's going to be right for you. The idea of QB Commerce is that you can have multiple locations. You can have one piece of software that you get to say where that piece of stock is, how that's going to be sent, and it's a whole fulfillment solution as well as a stock management solution, meaning that you'll be able to have everything you need, from having that connected to an EPOS solution, having that being able to connect to any marketplaces as well. And as I said in my kind of intro, the idea then is if one of those items gets sold, it'll automatically update those other marketplaces so that you can make sure that you don't have an item that's for sale that's not actually for sale anymore. It's a great solution. So QB Commerce used to be TradeGecko. Again, we've got multiple videos on that on our channels, so do have a look at it. But it is a great piece of solution. It's one of the best ones out there in terms of making everything work for you. So have a look at it, and that's definitely something I would highly recommend. Natalie on Facebook Messenger says, I'm looking to cut down on the time spent copying and pasting line items from Excel to QuickBooks to generate estimates. I can import and export lists, but not specific transaction. Is there a way to do this? Well, there certainly is, Natalie. I would look at maybe moving away from Excel and moving to Google Sheets, because with Google Sheets, you do have the opportunity to use that software or that app I said called GCOM or GACOM, should I say, and that gives you the opportunity to be able to look at that and be able to bring that on a live basis. So every time you update that Google spreadsheet, it will then automatically update QuickBooks Online. Really slick solution that we use a lot here at Boffix. If you still want to keep on Excel though, look at Excel Importer and Exporter. So if you go into App Store, type in the word Excel, you'll see Importer and Exporter. It's also a solution I really, really like to use. And it probably works a little bit better than just using that import and export option that you've mentioned there in your question, Natalie, because it gives you the opportunity to be able to basically update what's already there. And it gives you the way of being able to bring that information in. So there definitely are apps out there that's going to help you bring that information in. And I think for you, either using GACOM or Excel Importer Exporter are going to be best for you. And with that, then I think we're pretty much at the end of it. Although I've got one more question here that I can quickly answer. Farhim on Twitter DM asks, I keep hearing about it, but don't fully understand what OneSAS is. Can you explain? I'm in the construction industry and do my own books. So would it help me out? Well, OneSAS for you isn't really designed for your particular solution because you're in the construction industry. OneSAS is designed if you are, or if you sell on any online marketplace. So think of eBay, Amazon, Etsy, Depop, those sort of solutions. If you're selling on them, then you want to make sure that you make it really easy of getting that information into QuickBooks. That's where OneSAS comes into place. So for a construction industry, then I would look at something like ServiceMate, something like that if you want to start automating your solutions. That's ServiceMate, M8 for the full context. To go there, or maybe QuickBooks Time as well. So that's another one that QuickBooks really just brought into play, and that could be something that would be useful as well. So with that then, the poll results are in, and we did ask you the following. We asked you, does your business use any apps that connect to QuickBooks? And 67% of you said no, which is a shame, where 33% of you said yes. Now, listen to what we've just gone through today. Go look at those apps that I've talked about. Remember, www.apps.com is your friend. So go over to the www.apps.com, have a look at what apps are there. I promise you that majority of you out there will find an app that's going to be right for you and an app that's going to save you time and make your life easier. So do have a look and have a look at what's there. Highly recommend you going over there. It's going to make it easier for you. All right, thank you all for tuning in this morning. If you want to get in contact with me, then please send a message to hello@boffix.com. Always happy to help. And also don't forget to head over to that YouTube channel as well, Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks chap. We can go through and make sure that you have the information you need regarding QuickBooks. So coming up on Ask the Expert on Tuesday, so we're not on tomorrow, and remember Monday is a bank holiday, so don't forget about that. So after the bank holiday weekend is Helen McGillivray, a CBT therapist and director of Compass Therapy. Tune in to learn about the power of vulnerability and how you can harness it. I definitely will be tuning into that one, so hopefully we will see you there as well. I've got got some great questions about that one. And I know this is a big topic at the moment with everything that's going on, with us all coming out of lockdown and feeling a little bit anxious about it all. It's definitely something that could be useful for us to be able to go in and understand from a true expert in the field, and making sure that we get the most out of our mental health. A reminder that if you need any more advice, please do join the official Intuit QuickBooks SMB community group on Facebook. Accountant and business experts are on hand 24/7, just like myself, and I love answering your questions, so get your questions over there as well. I've really enjoyed answering your questions today, this morning. Hope you all have a great day, and I'm sure I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.